Alright, what's up guys, welcome back to a Grand Cross video. Now, what we're going to talk today is a little speculation video, follow up from yesterday since we did get news of the basically next few banners coming to the game. We're not too sure yet, we just had like the code names for what it's related to, so we very well could predict what's coming, even though we do know for sure that obviously next week is going to be the new Prisoner of Sky event, the little collab they did with the movie, and then afterwards kind of up in the air who the next week banner is, and we do know it's going to be a new banner because, well, it's obviously going to be a we get a banner every week, so it's kind of obvious that we're getting a new banner. And then after that we do have the code for Magic, which is just by far is obvious it's going to be Green Eastern. I have a whole video describing the whole event or the whole like thing that happened yesterday, and if you haven't already seen it, people kind of said that people are getting banned for using the code early. That's just not true. It was kind of debunked the forums today by CM Gold, so feel free to use it. The codes are all there, and you can kind of see it on screen as well if you just don't want to go to the video. But what is today about? So we do know what's coming, sort of, but they do say here, I'm going to put it on screen now so you can see it. We acknowledge, this is the dev notes by the way if you don't know, we acknowledge that you desire to collect many characters, so that's why free characters will be available for free for everyone. Bellion, Ile, and one more that we're keeping a secret or a surprise. So, massive W, because Bellion, let me actually search him up. I don't know what he does yet. I have not seen what he does. Okay, so I'm going to have to edit this in because I kind of forgot to mention it during the video. Completely slipped my mind. But when I read this quote here, when it says there'll be 3 cards available for free for everyone, Elite, Bellion, and one more, and we're keeping that a surprise. I did read that as we're going to get a new hero. I even mentioned it in my comments yesterday. But then now that I've kind of looked back at it, I'm thinking it could be another global exclusive first character. We could get the Medios lookalike that was in the movie. I would have thought when the movie did come out that we were going to get him rather than getting these two. So there is a chance that, well, Ludociel is just going to be part of a banner by himself with Gerard, well not by himself, but with Gerard, and then the other 3 character, since it is the movie celebration event, and it took so long to get it, it could be the Medios lookalike. So bear in mind that when you're going through this video, where I kind of hint towards that it possibly will be Ludociel, but I mean, there's also a good chance that it's also another global first character where we get the Medios lookalike, since, well, global exclusive is not new no more. We've done it before. It's very possible. So yeah, just bear in mind that. Okay, so Bellion, yeah, I can see it's quite bad. Just he removes buffs on his. Nah, it's just he's not good. I'm throw a little screenshots on the screen. Shatter, it does deplete ultimate gauge, which isn't too bad, but then his passive is to heal 30% of diminished HP every time the debuff is removed, but then there's no way to remove buff apart from it just running out over time. So to be fair, using that with Gopher, because obviously Green Gopher does remove it after 1 turn, isn't the worst idea, but still, this guy's going to be kind of underwhelming, plus his passive just does literally attack to all enemies. It's not the greatest character, but Ile, I'm not going to go over what she does because I want to save that for this video when I make a video on her. But she's actually kind of good. She's very good for Guild Boss. It's not so much in PvP, probably never used in PvP, but you can sort of use it in PvE if you want to. But her main use is obviously Guild Boss, which by the way is a massive part of the game, and trying to get a high score with Derary, she can be critting. I've actually hit 10 mil crit damage with Derary because of Ilette. If I didn't have Ilette, it would be impossible because you got to crit the boss, plus she's increasing crit chance and crit damage as well. She's actually a pretty good character you want to invest into when the time comes, right? But who's the 3rd character? Now we don't know, but considering that they actually put the codes in the game already for like the certain week, it could be revealed. And bear in mind, these are going to get banners, so it's safe to say after the 1st week, so next Tuesday, we're kind of going to know who is coming, because, well, if they split the banner, then we do know that Bellion is the reference towards 3,000 years. But chances are that they're not going to really mug it too much. They're not going to split the banner. Both of these guys will be in a banner by itself, which will be a 2-week event, and that will be for the 1st week of the event. But in the next week code is 3,000 years, which is obviously going to be most likely a reference towards Ludociel. Now, kind of a bit of a shame that they're doing it a little early, because he'll be coming out on the 15th, which to be fair actually isn't the worst idea, but I'm guessing he's going to be around for 2 weeks, which means he will last until the 29th, so he will lap over to Christmas. And obviously, having an Angel for Christmas makes sense. They could do it either on the 15th or 22nd, but the 22nd can be Eastern, and Eastern's going to be like a summer time one. So yeah, it doesn't really make too much sense. I personally would have put it towards the 22nd rather than the 15th, but it does look like Ludociel is coming out, and obviously he does come with Gerard. Is that you say her name? And she is a very, 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 very bad character that you do not want to summon for. But which one is free? Because we're getting 2 characters between that banner, Ludociel and Gerard. I'm pretty sure it's how you say Garad. So Garad is really bad, and if they do give her for free, it's going to be a fat L. The only benefit will be just the fact that she's in your box and you don't have to summon for her, and it's some more CC, but you don't really want her. And the fact that they're saying, oh, we're keeping it as a surprise is a bit like, oh, well, the surprise is Garad. It's a bit of an L. But then Ludociel, I get him into a minute. But then I guess another thing people are suggesting too is Fat King, Red Fat King. He's just kind of like just not coming to the game for some reason. He should have been out, I think, by the time Escanor came out, the first Green Escanor, and he's not been out in the game yet. So I don't know what they're doing with him. People did suggest that he was going to be a part of a Battle Pass, or sorry, a Hawk Pass, because they typically sell bad characters in Hawk Pass to make some more money, like they do with Delgery. But they haven't done that yet, so they could just give us Fat King for free because no one really wants him. But then it doesn't make sense to... Are they going to give him for free, but then not put a banner? Because that wouldn't make too much sense. If we're going to have a Ludociel banner on the 15th, but then get a free king where he doesn't have his own banner, he just get added into part 2 tickets, I think it is. No, I think it's part 1. No, he's part 2. So yeah, just not too much sense to release Fat King. But then what about Ludociel, who very, very likely to actually be the free character, which would be a fat dub. Not the greatest, but it makes sense to what he's doing. So if you don't know, I'll put up on screen now, his passive. It's to reduce the defense related stats of the enemies who has lower CC than them by 40%. So massive, massive, massive whale character pretty much. Like Fraugen, where you have to pretty much get his fully costumes maxed out, you have to get fully 6/6, because this guy's got to start first with higher CC. If he doesn't start first, the passive is literally just not going to affect the game, and it's just not going to work. So giving him for free isn't the worst idea, because, well, he's most likely he's not going to get the passive to come off. But then as well, if you have the character early, it may entice you to summon, because, well, you want to get the passive up. It actually kind of makes sense to give him for free, since, well, once again, it sort of be Christmas, so getting an Archangel for Christmas makes quite a lot of sense. And then as well, for what he does, he just inflicts damage on his turn 1. A Daily card, not bad damage, especially when you combine it with his crit or lower the enemy's defense related stats. It could be very good. But he has the second skill, which is Rupture. Massive, massive counter toward Goddess Elizabeth. So obviously a lot of people right now are running the Glue Goddess Liz. But then once again, if they gave it for free, that means a lot of people have an actual sort of counter toward Liz. Because, I mean, no, I wouldn't say he's a counter, but definitely does deal with her, since she does put the shield, which does count for Rupture, so it's actually not a bad skill. Ultimate isn't bad, it does a lot of damage, and then puts a shield up for himself, so pretty good. And then the main thing as well, which is why I think, once again, could be another good Christmas celebration character to give for free. He has a Grace. Now, Grace are a new feature in the game that's not on global yet, to where they actually affect the character that's like on the association. So you don't even have to run Ludociel, but if Ludociel is in your sub, he will get the Grace and will benefit the person in-game, which is kind of a cool mechanic. Once again, you will have to have this guy 6/6, because if you don't know about the mechanics in game, associations or links do give a certain percentage of basic stats depending on how much ultimate gauge you have. So ideally, you want to always run someone who's 6/6 in association, so you get the 10% bonus. I'll throw on screen as well so you can see a screenshot. But then Ludociel, once again, will be 1/6. So the Grace will be somewhat cool, because what he does is he gains evasion to petrify and freeze and stun every stun effect in the game for 2 turns to start a battle, and then just for free, just by putting him in. Very, very good. But then if as well, that means if you're using them without being 6/6, the main character in the game is not going to get the bonus, which is going to be a little bad, I guess, advantage. Since if you put on Lost Fame to rush Lost Fame, you can't stun him. But if he doesn't have 6/6 Ludociel, then he's going to be kind of a little bit weaker than usual, so you can probably end up killing him anyway. But yeah, that's what Ludociel does. So very, very possible. I'm not going to say what we are going to get, because I don't want to get that expectations, but I'm just kind of trying to put out the information out there to who we may get. So, I mean, if anything, it's very, very likely that Ludociel will be the free character, because he's releasing during Christmas. Christmas Archangel makes a lot of sense here. He's also releasing during the Cold Week 3,000 years, but once again, a lot of evidence towards him. And then as well, they did say they're going to give a free character. Chances are the free character will be someone that you can summon for, and Ludociel is kind of one of the perfect characters to give for free, since, well, you have to 6/6 him anyway, so it doesn't really matter if you get him for free, because he won't be that good, especially towards like high level players, especially if you ain't 6/6 him. But still, if you get him for free, it'd be sick, man. Actually, I wouldn't mind, because I'm not going to summon from anyway. But he isn't exclusive. He doesn't go into part 1 or part 2 banners, but he does turn up in quite a few banners in the future, especially with like the Sario and Tamiel, so you want to summon for them, you can have a chance to get him. Plus, if we do get the vote option, you could very well vote for the Ludociel for our 1-year banner as well, so that's also another positive. So yeah, that is all from me today, just kind of putting the information out there about what we could get and what's possible what's possibly the next free character we're going to get on global. And if it is, it's going to be sick, but don't get your expectations up too much, because it may just be Fat King, which doesn't make too much sense, but it's a very, very, very good chance that it will be Ludociel, since it just kind of lines up. Christmas, passive, just it makes sense. I kind of already explained that. Okay, just remember what I said at the start, it could be Solaad, is that's his actual name. Very well could be him. Most likely will be, now that I've actually edited the video and kind of gone through things again. But yeah, just bear in mind, it could be Solaad, or it could be Ludociel. Either between them two, it's probably like the best option right now. But yeah, let me know who you think it's going to be the free character. And yeah, that's going to be all from today. Should be a PvE video later on today, going through the new level 200 bosses I've heard. They are quite hard, so I'm going to give them a go. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and peace.